Welcome to the Hampshire 1900 start for Workers and Resources Soviet Republic, and we're picking up on the 13th of April 1971. In the last part we were working on planning Fareham, and in this part what I want to do is start planning Totton. But first, an update of where we are. Down in Lymington and Milford-on-Sea, things are going okay with a few minor glitches in the sense that I have not put power to here. So what I'm going to have to do is put in a little substation. I think if we put it about there, we can then use this as an ancillary supply. This area here, should we want to put anything else in this area. And what we can do is electricity. We've got power. Take off there. Can run up to there. And hopefully this will get picked up by these guys who will do the groundwork. And these guys, get this over here. And they can do the supporting groundwork as well. And then once we got power into here, we can get that done. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to prioritize this for the moment so that we can get power there, so we can shorten that distance. Now, the other thing I want to do is come here, because what I've been doing is running this to actually run out of fuel. So what we're going to do is shut this down now and close this down. I will find a way to remove some of this stuff here because it's quite valuable. And the idea is going to be we're going to transfer over to the other rail construction office. I will tidy this up eventually. But so beyond that, Milford-on-Sea is just trundling along quite nicely. And what I hope I can do now, I'm not sure if this is going to work, but it's going to be partly a proof of concept. If we come over to here. Okay, yeah, that proves I've now got a link from Milford-on-Sea to here. Now, I do need to upgrade this track, but I can't do that until the train arrives. In Warstock here, I've got... why have you got a problem? Why is it telling you? Have you run out of fuel? Okay. Just see. Why is that? A possible route exists, but you don't need to go up there, game. Now, this is a problem that I have been having in the sense that this track here, okay, is there a, you've got a signal there, you're running to there, you should be able to run through to here, to here up. There's the signal reversal there. That should fix it. The reason for that is that if you watch the previous video, I said that I'd be electrifying through here, which I've managed to do, but it was a very painful process involving a lot of switching signals backwards and forwards and having to use Control H to send stuck construction trains back to where they went to go. So, but I think I got there in the end, and you can see now that all the power symbols have all disappeared except in... Oh, that's not good. That's not good at all. There's a tiny little bit of track there that needs to be electrified. Oh, great. I think I've redone the signals here. Let me just... Oh, where is it? It's just here, isn't it? This needs to be super high priority construction train on that. Put it this way, doing this has been an absolute nightmare. What I'm going to, in a way, this is going to be a good example of what I've been having to do. Right. Where are you going? Yep, it's there. Right, so we're just going to follow this train, because we do need a solid power connection to where we've got to go to. And we'll see. Now, the train knows it can get there. The question's going to be is whether it can get back. So we're just going to have to see what the train's going to do. Okay, he's probably going to go up here to get onto the other line. Yep. So he's going to, so he's swapping lines now. So what he's going to do is go up the down line, which means there's a very good chance he might collide with another train. Oh no. So did he finish it? No, still not finished. Okay, we're just going to stick with it for the moment. Thank you, game. Right, what I'm going to do is just follow this train, and I'll be right back when he gets back to the work job again. Okay, welcome back. We're just going up. This should finish. Okay, so that is now finished. So we've managed to get this fully electrified. As I say, I've got a gap in the track over here, which once that construction train has got out here, what I'm going to do, it's this link here, but what I'm just going to do is I'm not going to upgrade this to concrete. I'll probably just electrify this, but we can't do that just yet. So hopefully that's it. Now the other problem I got in this area is if I go to the construction office, it'd be the easiest way to demonstrate it. What you'll find is I've got I'm trying to demolish track, but you can see at the moment it's on pause. This is the bit that I want to really demolish, because I'm basically tidying up what's left over for the construction. And the reason it's on pause is the fact that the train at the moment, you can see here, the resources in this area are over full because of this being delivered here. So what I've done is I've reversed the one-way link here, and I'm letting the game build track until it actually gets enough space in here to do the demolition. And if you're not sure what I mean, if we go back to where the demolition actually is, I can find it. It's, where is it? It's here somewhere. It's just here. You click on this, you'll see that it's going to remove 2.2 tons of boards and 1.1 tons of steel. And if we go back to the actual construction office, we got a shortage of steel. If I delete some of these boards, it's not like we need that many of them, but if I go like that, what should happen now is the next. Why is this filling up? It shouldn't be filling up. Great. There's nothing delivering to it here. Just want to check gravel distro. So the game is effectively just ignoring this reverse link. Oh, that's great. Okay. What we're going to have to do is, where are you? Yours is there. Rail drop. What I'm going to do is suspend the delivery of, actually got loads of stuff there, so I'm going to suspend all the delivery for the moment, because I want that demolition to go. So the idea is going to be is that we'll consume this, and then we'll be able to do that demolition. but for some reason the game seems to insist on pushing it all through into here, into this overcapacity at the moment. I don't know if I can do it this way. See, at the moment, if I reduce the amount of steel for that whole well. Okay, so we've got no overcapacity now. So what should happen is that now we've got spare capacity in here, the game should demolish that track, but we may get a message telling us that we've got anything to things to do. Anyway, so that is the problem. We can sort out the rest of it later on. Now over in Eastleigh, things are going quite well. One thing I want to do is check the rail construction office here. He's got enough to be going on with at the moment, because one of the priority jobs that we need to do, which will probably be something I'll do in the next part, is that we need to build these links here, because that means that then we can send the construction train out to start electrifying all this track up through here. I must admit, upgrading the track has been an absolute nightmare. So top tip, if you are doing an early start and you're going to lay wooden track which you intend to upgrade, plan very, very carefully, because it's just, well, a pain, complete and utter pain. Anyway, so we're going to get to Totton here, and we got our little town of Totton here. We've got our cableway there. And one thing I've been thinking about is we got a little bit of accommodation here. We need to put in sanitation, which we've done here, but I don't think we've put any pipes underground at the moment. Now, the next thing I would like to do is give this area an independent power supply, because to keep this working is going to be quite important. So what I'm thinking is that if I can put a power supply here, we're going to take advantage of the water to generate power. So power plants, and we're going to put a water supply in like that, and I'm going to run an asphalt footpath. Okay, this is going to be too steep an incline. Okay. Aha. Okay, so what we're going to need to do now, hopefully I've got the ability to smooth off a bit. Smooth. Yep. So just do a little bit of smoothing. Come up here. Okay. Can you get to there? Yeah, good. Means we can put some accommodation in. Oops, don't want that. Get rid of that. What we're going to do is put some accommodation here to provide the support, and then the actual workers, because Totton doesn't need to be that big. I think that to run all this, all we need is a workforce of a couple of thousand, 2,000 or 3,000. So we're not talking about building a really major centre here. In fact, there's a possibility that this power station could drive all this. But what I will probably do eventually, if we come to here, there is a switch station here somewhere. Got a switch station there which we could take power off of. And I'm sure I built another one here somewhere. Is it right back here? No, it's one here. So we can take power from here to feed into this area should we need it. But I just want that self-sufficiency built into this area. So we've got our main store there. I think we're going to have to provide a rail connection in to deliver goods. So what we're probably looking at is some kind of store around here. Gone. Thank you, game. How flat's the terrain there? The flat terrain here is pretty flat. So, and of course we got these things to deal with. I think what we'll do is we'll put the town centre about here. We'll keep this road the way it is. You can come down to there, which will connect to there. We need a road crew starting work on that. This road crew's getting a little bit far away from the offing, but they'll do the job after a fashion, because they are also working on this area. Can let you work on those as well, and of course you're pushing into here and here. We do need to get this built as well. Oh, there's a tiny little bit there, which is a bit of a problem, but we can fix that by bringing up these guys. Oops. I know, I'm aware that I'm not doing that much in the way of design. Oh, okay, these guys have already got this here, so what are you short of? We're going to bump the priority on that, and we'll get the second ground crew working on this as well. Because I think breaking through here is going to be very, very important. Anyway, back to here, because we've got to build this road in here. We'll get this road in here. We don't have, got a little bit of a slope here going down there, but I don't feel that's worth a road. So what we'll do is we put the food store here. We might be able to get these in range of what we're going. So what I'm going to do, the food stores we're going to use here are ones I've used in the past, which is, I don't want a food factory. Stop that game. Not doing very well today for some reason. I'm not exactly sure why, but what we're going to do is use this corner market V2. Actually, if we, I think we're just going to go with, we need a rail connection because it's too far away from anything. We flip you that way. Actually, if I push you out so there's plenty of space around there like that, and what we'll do is put a warehouse in here. Just let the game run. Want a fairly large warehouse, because what we're also going to need to do to deliver here is going to be enough to maybe do a second store, and also the possibility of how can you put it, of the components. I think 320 would be quite nice. So we flip you that way so we can push this out as far as we can, like that. Put you there. Then we will, okay, building is on fire. Well, thank you, game. Should be okay. I think our fire coverage is pretty solid at the moment. So I'll put a cargo station there. We will need a cold store. Put a small cold store in as well. We'll put you that way around, like that, because we're going to need to deliver meat to here in long term, and that means we can run the roads down to this road here. And then of course the other thing we're going to need to bring in, or do we, yeah, we're gonna have to put a small open store here as well. I mean, we can get still, let's get rid of that. You can get some stuff from here from a delivery point of view. Actually, can I? Now, if we're going to run track down to deliver here, Am I overcomplicating this? Yeah, I think I'm overcomplicating this. You get rid of that and that. And what we can do is to save. I'm in here. We'll put the usual, what we call it in here. So we'll keep it this way. We've got a road connection through from there to here. We will put in a Tudor warehouse here for the food supply. And where is it? I'll put you about there, like that. Actually, we'll push you away so we can get more housing in here. Right, so we need to get supplies into here. We've got an open store there. And what I'm thinking is we've got this link coming in here. This is for ash. Let me just review this. This is for waste in. This is for steel. So we can hook that up to steel. This is gonna come out of. This is for delivering construction waste, which will go round through here to here, which will go to there. In theory. Although that's a contradiction in terms. Because that is delivering there. Oh no, so what is this then? That doesn't make sense. Let me just look at this. I made a mistake here. This is the steel recycling plant. Yeah, so this is metallic. Yeah, I'm confusing myself. Sorry about this, guys. That'll teach me to remove this, won't it? Okay. This is where things could get a little bit complicated. Because I got something, a conveyor in here. Now it won't actually let me. See, that will build it there. Now the question is, can we get the rail track underneath it now? Sometimes you just got to do a little bit of jiggery pokery. See, you can see it connected up doing it the opposite way round, but it wouldn't let you put the conveyor over the top. Yeah, so I'm just going to rename this so I don't make the same mistake again. Luton metallic scrap in. So this is going to deliver the metallic scrap to here. And this one is, if we remove this one and look at this one. Yeah, this one will send the metallic scrap that's being generated here. This will import the metallic scrap. So this one is construction waste in, which will go into here, which will then go to gravel recycling. Because gravel recycling is takes in construction waste. So this one, I'm just going to rename this one. This is the downside of doing very complex things. Wait for the game to just finish saving. Construction waste in. Okay, that will go to there. This is our scrapping yard with the train connection. And this is, what is this here? What are we doing here? Oh, this is an output from the scrapping yard to there. And that's their fire station. So let me just see. We built the cableway already. Don't want any workers in there, please. Don't want anyone in here at the moment. So I haven't provided any. That's small aggregate. That's still recycling. So we haven't actually provided any plastic recycling at the moment, as far as I can tell. I thought I'd done it down here, but obviously not. We got open storage there, scrapyard there. So we need plastic recycling. Okay. Let me just put the plastic recycling in, because we got no output for a warehouse, have we? For plastics. Let me just go round again and see. This is the big garbage container. This is aggregate loading. Oh, this is an open store. Yeah, we got nothing for plastic recycling. Good. I know it sounds a bit odd, but it is good, because what we can do here is we can put in plastic recycling plant here, like that. Actually, we how many connectors have we got? We got multiple connectors, so we can put a plastic recycling plant there. So what we need to do is bring in plastic waste, which is an open store, which is good. Yeah, an open store. Plastic waste is actually stored in an open store. If you're not sure, if you come here, what you'll see is it's got plastic waste in there, and we need a, what I'm going to do is put a medium open store in here, something like that, right, like that. So, and then we're going to need a train platform going out, something like that. Actually, if we put it that way round, we can't do that because we'd have the connection there. I could get that in there somehow. Where is it? Oh, it's affecting the road. Okay, let me just see if I can push the plastic plant out a little bit further. We have a footpath connection. Got footpath connections out of there. Good. So if I put the plastic recycling way out here, like that, behind the, actually we can bring it in like that. We've got multiple connections there, so we can put the plastic recycling there. That will put it within range of that. We can then put the what does it, we need the medium open store facing that way, like that, and then we can put the rail cargo like that. No, we don't need that. We need a warehouse coming off it. Fairly big warehouse would be nice. Just see. I mean, I could split the track actually. Come to think of it, we've got plenty of space here, but we do need a way to take the ash away, which I haven't considered. We're gonna need a, I think 320 would be more than enough. So if we put you over like that, something like that, put the cargo station in between. It's going to be a bit messy. It'd be ideally, it would be nice to do it like that, so the road can't cross the. Actually, if we do it that way, yeah, we drop it in there. What am I thinking? Drop it in there, slightly towards there. We can take the road out like that round there for the construction purposes. We can take this, bring this in here, so that gives us a rail link there like that. And then what we need is a large dump with a claw on it as well here. I don't think I provided one of those, did I? No. What are you here? You're delivering into there. We got the weight, the inbound there. Okay, so what we need over here is alongside this. So we got the plastic recycling. We got the fire station here. Actually, I think I'm going to move the fire station. It's a little bit out on its own here. So we move the fire station in a lot closer like that. We won't build the road connection. We can tuck that in there like that. Then we can build the road connection to there. And then that just leaves a little bit of area here for garbage collection. We've got plastic recycling. And then we need the waste management. We need a large forward dump, which we can just drop in. We need one with rail, like that. Put you there. Actually, put you so you can come to that junction there. Oh, this is going up a little bit of a slope. It's horrible, 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 horrible. I think we're going to come back the other way. No, I don't like that at all. Right from the center. All we got to do is be able to get a road off the end of this. In fact, I don't think I need to even worry about getting a road off the end, do I? So if I can come back like that, I can then put in... We put it this way round. We can kind of tuck you in like that with a slight angle. And then this road can come off here. Actually, that's no good. This needs to be over here a little bit. But if I flip it that way, maybe I can do it like this, and we can squeeze the road around the outside there. So if I put it there like that, I can run the road round here. Just nudge the road. Okay, a little bit of smoothing needed here. Okay, we're gonna have to do even more smoothing. I'm aware that this has got very little to do with the Totton, but in a way it does have quite a lot to do with Totton, in the sense that we need to sort this out to make Totton to work smoothly. And then of course what that means is what I was working towards is we come here, cargo station, we'll put a 4-point drop-off cargo station here. Now we've got a rail track here, so we just need to remove those. And what we're going to do now is we're going to hook off some track here like that. You're going to run, don't need to go that way because it goes to a blind alley. And you're going to run, oh great. Haha. Okay, can we? Okay, we're going to have to smooth off this bit now. Just love this game sometimes. Okay, we can get out that way. Hook you up. Oops. Hook you into there. What this will allow is the delivery of the plastic waste and maintenance building materials for Totton. Because plastic waste you don't get large quantities of. And we can also put the plastic into here, which can then be exported from here to wherever we're going to use it. And then at the same time, we can come off of here. I think if I come off just behind the rail junction here, like this. I don't know why I keep pausing the game. Bring you off like that. Run you into here. Going to need to measure from there to. Okay, so we needed this track to merge about here. What this is for is that eventually we're going to build a whole series of open stores, floor stores here to take the ash from our two incinerators. But eventually we'll get to a point where it'll be too much. And this is when this will come in, because what we will do then is use this to move ash to somewhere else. It could either be to a port to export the ash abroad, which we could possibly build down here, although we'd have to lay in a rail track, or probably more, we'll find an empty bit of space which is relatively flat, lay a railway line into it, and then what we'll do is just send the waste to there to rot away, and it's under its own pace. Right, before I get back to there, I just want to go back to Milford-on-Sea and see, not Milford-on-Sea, Warstock. I just want to see if this bit of track out here has been demolished. No, it's not. What's up with you guys now? Are you still on pause? So it's demolished everything except the one that I wanted it to demolish. I just love you, game. And yeah, we got too much steel again. Okay, I think we can reduce the amount of prefabs, increase the amount of steel to 84 tons, and this is a real pain in the neck. Yep, steel. So what should happen is now our brain should get round to doing that. Okay, okay, I'm not getting as much done on Totton as I was hoping for, but we've now made a decision on our town centre here. So we got our store. Of course, we're going to put the hospital in here as well. Right, so just to finish off, we've got a hospital which has got 400. Wow, wow, that's big. Where's the standard? There's the standard one is 90. Historic one. Okay, so we're just going to put a standard modern hospital in. Why is it saying you can't build due to infrastructure? Okay. Oh, it's catching on that corner. I flip you round and we build it that way. Okay, we'll just tuck the hospital in on this corner like that. We'll just put a road in temporarily so I can get an alignment. We got the food, cinema, culture. What can we go? I think what we'll do in the center here is, I keep clicking the wrong one. We're going to put a Where's the standard cinema? Gallery of Art. Gravel Arts. Where's the normal cinema? The Shrub Rising cinema. Okay, perhaps if you look at the right one, and flip that the other way. And what we like, ideally, what I'd like to do is sneak the cinema on here. Hopefully, it won't drop that road down too far and break the connection. Yep. So we can just drop you in there, and then what I'll do is just speed up the road building process where just sneak those out. So we've got hospital, food, cinema. I think we can regionalize the what we call it, the sport. So how much space? We don't have a lot of space there. And I get a sneaky something like a university on this corner here, so that we've only got the one university. Small headquarters for the. Which one's the small one? How's the? Yeah, I think we could just tuck the small one in. Actually, if we put you. Oh, the conveyor thingy is there. So, how big is this? This is 100. The Lenin University, small headquarters. I think what we'll do is I could get the Lenin University just above the. I know it's a bit inappropriate, but we could probably put you there. Actually, if we put you. I could get you there, maybe a little bit close to the road, maybe a bit further out. We can just push that like that. Got a little bit of a thing, but if we could get a footpath up through here, that could go to there. Yeah, good. Cancel that. So that gives us the whoops. So that will give us the main amenities in here. We've got a university, we've got a cinema there, and we can put the sport in. What we're going to need now is some housing coming out this way. We got road, potential footpath there. As I said, we're going to need 2,000 or 3,000 people here. What we're going to do. These are 231. So what I'm going to do here, and we'll put 200. That'll be 500. We could get another one just there. And if we get another one there, another one there, there. I know it's going to dominate the village, but Soviet planning takes precedent. So then we can put footpaths through to link to that road and a footpath across the back. So that gives us, say, 250, 500, one. So that gives us about nearly 2,000. Because you've got to remember, it's the workforce plus 1,000 for the actual work. So and then we can put some more because of this positioning here, and we can put footpaths out this way. Yeah, we could put. In fact, I could plan it, couldn't I? Just remove that footpath there. And what we can do, remove you, and you. You pick up, don't want asphalt footpath with lamps. Run a footpath up like that. Come to about there. Don't necessarily need to connect to that road there. You can run all the way to there. You can curve down into there, and you can curve into there. And what that will mean is that when we're actually ready, this will be our main artery to the cableway. from this area, and then we can put cross over here. We won't be able to build much along this area, so what we're going to need to do is put the schools and kindergartens, and well, we could put the kindergarten about there. That should put a kindergarten on this corner of this side. We can build out this way a little bit. We can cross-link with some accommodation there. Yeah, I think that will do from the beginning to finish this bit off. Is we're going to plan the water supply. I think we're put the water here, water treatment. I'm going to fall back on the old classic. No, we got a road connection there. Is it a road connection? Zoom in. No, we got footpaths here, so we got a possibility of a road connection here. That's good. So if we put the water filtration plant about here, but we won't connect it. Oops, that could be a problem. If it's right, I get very worried about sometimes. Yeah, we can put the water filtration plant there. I don't think we've got any real height here. Now, unlike sewage, water doesn't really care whether it's running uphill or downhill, so we can then come in here. Part of me says put in a water tower, something like that. Could put a water tower out here, and then we can pump the water back through the town there. The alternative is we put the water tower about there. I don't think the ground's particularly that flat. We could put the water tower there. We got an output pipe there. Yeah, I think that will fit quite nicely because we're not going to do much with that. And then what this can do is this will draw the water from there to there, because this acts as a pump, so this can work with a direct link to there. We can put the actual water well reservoir. It's a reservoir. What do we want? Surface water. This is 93%. Problems we're going to get pollution from that direction as well. I think we can just tuck you out here. I think a direct supply to the substation would be quite useful as well. And of course, this actually needs a... So the water pump's gone. Not exactly sure why. Oh, technically the old water tower counts as a pump in the Byzantine way of the thing. We can put you here, just on this side here. Go underground, large water pipe into there, and that can go to there. This can go into here, and of course, to make sure, because this is only a gravity. Okay, right, I'm going to need to check my medical research. So what we're going to need to do is put a big pumping station about there. We will put one, two, three. We could put several here if we needed to, and you can go to there. I'm not going to put any more substations in just at the moment. What I need to do is go back over to Warstock, and we need to check out medical research. Okay, our vaccine protection is good. Where is this? Have these guys done their magic? Oh, come on. Why won't you? Okay, you're working on that. I'm just going to You're laying the track out here, which is, it's not that important at the moment. Right, just going to suspend that. That should send the trains right back to here. Where is the rail construction office? Why are you working on that? Okay. Oh, that's a good spot actually, because there's a break in the track. And that, I mean, the problem, okay, I'm just going to give you a helping hand. This is another example of, oops, Control H. Just going to follow this. Yeah, the reason it hasn't been noticed is simply down to the fact that the game, I haven't run any electric trains up through here. All right, I'm just going to see if, okay, I'm just going to, I don't want this to be too long, so just going to shove him back to there and see if he will actually now oblige me by, nope, he's gone over there. They refuse categorically to demolish this bit of track. Just make sure they haven't already demolished it. I'm not just fantasizing. It's been demolished. Okay, game, you're playing with me. Does that mean it's gone? Yeah, they've finally done it, and they've now picked up a whole load of other track. Right, just to finish off, now I've finally got that bit done. I can now put in this connection here. So what we need to do now is just come out here, dead straight. We got power connector there. We're going to have to go up over here like this, very quickly drop down, because this could be quite significant, so it needs to be done properly. You need to drop down in a dead straight line. You need to come over and like that. You need to connect to there. Now what we need is a bit of a, okay, it's a bit squeaky squeak there, but okay, so we've got to come out that way a little bit. You come off there, come along like that, trim back a bit, so you can trim you back there. Now in theory the only trains that will come here are trains coming from the distribution office here. Now if I split you, actually it's too close, we've got to be able to put a signal here, so we need, then again, does it necessarily, if it's coming from here, well, I'll leave a gap just in case, and you're going to come that way on here, and then now I want to get close enough to this road bridge, but not so close that we can't put a signal in on this side of the bridge. Still a little bit too close. Whoops. I don't want that. That'll do. That would do there. Move that before it's going. So we've now got our link through to here. We don't need that. That's a potential problem. This is gravel, boards and steel. I think this needs to be, yep, I kind of made a bit of a mistake there. I actually planned wooden track. We don't want wooden track out here. Although there's an argument that could say that wooden track is, but we got to electrify it properly. So this will come out to here. We'll remove this. Okay, I'm not happy with this. If it doesn't, I can't remove the link. That means there's something not 100% in touch there. So I've finally got this link here, and in some ways this needs to be high priority. Let me just check the signals here, because it's going to cause a bit of mayhem once it gets started, but I want this built in and electrified ASAP, simply because once this has been built, we can then start using this station here, which means it's now time to hook that road in and get that built. These guys should be on the case straight away because it's nice and close to them. And of course another advantage of this is what this will do is put more power into here. Now the one final thing I want to check is to see, the question is, I don't know whether that train is still travelling to the thing. Let me just do a search for trains. Track builder. Right, that's the only track builder that's still operating. You're tucked in there. You're got a PK6. Where are you then? Oh yeah, you're doing the building down there. Okay. So it looks very much like the track is there. So what we're going to do is go back to here. What are you? Okay, you're working. You're 60%. That means we might have an issue with repairing vehicles here. But that would be the subject of the next part. Right, this train is now finished. We don't want that assigned to it. So this guy's finished his job. And I don't want to put coal into there. So just to finish off before I forget is come here. Well, I've got two little links here. It's not going to cause that much problem, and it will, if I electrify that, make these high priority. I know it's going to cause a little short length of track, but to be honest, the track speed here would be irrelevant because it's negotiating complex junctions. So if I mark this up as to be built ASAP, that will then open this up for what needs to be done. So let me just see. What high priority jobs here? We've got 3 high priority jobs. I'm going to remove you and then reallocate you. What I'm doing at the moment is the game picks up in order. So what you can do is you can manipulate the priority a little bit by doing that and then saying do that one there. So what should happen is that when a track layer comes in, they will do these 2 first, which is far more important than the track that still needs to be built. Anyway, guys, this is where I'm going to leave it. Hope you enjoyed the episode. Hope you found it interesting. And until next time, whatever you do, enjoy your gaming.